Hello, my name is Thomas and I was the game designer for our game Cheese and Crackers. I was responsible for the game's sound and overall level design. Along with me, two others worked with me to create this game. On the team there was Patrick. He was responsible for the mechanics of the game, as well as building some of the assets we used. Also on the team was Michael. He was responsible for implementing those designs, as well as construction of the rat and mouse animation inside. Now I'm going to go through the game and explain some features that weren't in the game, but the team had designed to be in the game. Let's start with the title sequence. The first thing that was discussed but not implemented was an animation of the mouse placed in between the title and the buttons. Also, another design feature that was not implemented was a level select button where the players could select, press the button and select a new which level they wish to play. This would also have a star rating, as our game included collecting 3 different crackers to earn a free cracker rating as an objective. This was going to be implemented in our level select. However, due to time constraints, these weren't implemented. Alright, let's start by pressing play. The first thing I should mention is the design of the mouse. If you concentrate, you can clearly see the mouse running inside the ball, and when the ball is idle, you can see the mouse in an idle position. This was more clearly in our design level, when we were designing, as we could clearly see the mouse. However, for some reason on these screens, the mouse became harder to see. This is a cracker. The player had to collect the cracker and a sound would play. They had to collect 3 crackers throughout the whole level. Going back to the second cracker, the first thing the playtesters struggled with when playing the game was they would have to be told about the features to wall jump. Most of them were trying to jump off, and easy to do, but it became harder. So the levels were going to be more advanced as the player went across. So they need to know the feature. So the observer had to inform them that they were capable of jumping off walls. Almost all the players got that third cracker as well. However, some struggled to jump the second time. Our next design thing, there was supposed to be more cheese. However, we decided to change that into a single row key that opens up the teleporter. So when I grab this cheese, the teleporter will open and I can proceed to the next level. As you can see, we got a 3 cracker rating by collecting all 3 crackers. If we were only collect 2, only 2 would appear, the same for 1 and the same for none. We can either repeat the level or go to the main menu again, but we'll proceed on to the next experiment. Level 2 started to introduce traps and enemies. The first enemy is our rat. This was a patrolling enemy and a simple design. What I'm currently moving the mouse on was designed to be water, and the player but keep the same features, so they would slow down in water. However, getting the water animation was too tricky, so we decided to go with glue. Something that looked like glue. A feature that wasn't discussed in the instructions of the game was that the player could hold down spacebar to reach higher heights. This would help them in this part in getting the cheat. Many of the players felt this was frustrating, but as it was one of our play experience goals, it was to make the game full of excitement and tension. I believe we achieved that with these frustrating parts of the game. Next, now that I'm here, players struggled to find where they should go next, as the portal did not appear anywhere on the screen. Some of them had to be told that the portal was back at the beginning where they started, as you can clearly see now. Alright, on to the next level. The second playtester struggled with this and had to be handed over to the observer to get them past this level, as they were not familiar with wall jumping and could not actually perform the action. The rest figured it out. This level introduced a new enemy, aside from rats and glue, which was the mousetrap, as seen here. This mousetrap was designed by the team over Patrick and built. It is designed to fling the player backwards, as none of the traps or enemies was designed to kill the player, simply prevent them from achieving what they needed to do. On to level 4, sorry. This was the level that struggled the most. Mainly, the biggest struggle was after this boost. Many players struggled to get the cheese that was placed at the top right and balancing on that fence, so they had to use Pete using the booster. Which proved very frustrating for many players. including PlayTester 4, who quit after some time. Many players did not know where to go next from this position. How there is a small area just above the light where the player could travel, where the player had to land on to reach the next part. Alright, now that we've gotten the third cracker, what was left is the cheese, which is placed in the middle of this. Originally there was no trap there and the player could just go past here to the next section, but by placing the enemy, they've blocked off that area, which makes the game a little bit more difficult, but not too much. And on to level 5. This would place all the traps and enemies into the final one, so you'd have to face all 3 to get to the next level, and including skills, all the features as well, such as wall jumps. Now that the crackers were all collected in the first half, here comes the second one. Seen at the bottom right of the screen is a mousetrap. This should fling the player back up, and the player has to land on this edge. Next step is get the player to jump up towards the cheese. Achieved by wall jumping along the left hand. And this included all the levels. And getting a 3 cracker achievement on each level. By pressing the next, the player would be brought back to the menu. We can press the menu as well, and simply by pressing quit, the game closes. What was discussed was not all the features that were included, but most of them. This was our game, Cheese and Crackers. I hope you liked it, and I hope you continue to play it. Signing off.